friends, it's Mari. Welcome back to my channel today. I'm going to be making an A2 size card today, and I'm going to be using a bunch of products from My Favorite Things, starting out with a stamp from the Picture Perfect stamp set. And I really love this stamp set. I think it's really cute. It's a series of selfies of some animals, and this one here has a cat and a dog. I really love this image. I think it's so cute. And I'm going to be taking this die called the Selfie Square die. I'm going to cut out these two little critters here, and then I'm also going to create a card front using the Wonkie stitched rectangles Stax in the largest size. I'm going to use this die to cut out my card front, like I said, with this Stamp Market pattern paper, which is super cute. I love it. And now I also cut a square out of it using that Selfie Square die, and I'm going to use some acetate and create a shaker card here using these different products. So now I've stamped out my same image on some Eclipse masking paper, and I'm just going to fussy cut that out and create a mask. I'll place the mask over top of my two little critters here just because I wanted to do a little bit of ink blending in my background. So I'm going to be using some Distress Oxide ink here and the Picket Fence Life Changing blending brushes. This is peacock feathers, and I'm just blending it on here really loosely. I'm using the waffle flower media mat underneath just to protect my surface, and I really love using this mat when I'm making cards now, just using the different mediums. I'm using some spun sugar in the center there, and then the last color I'm going to be using is Squeeze Lemonade. So I'll just be blending on those three colors to create a little bit of a three color blend in behind my critters. I think it just looks really pretty, and it's going to look cool on this shaker element here as part of my shaker card. So I'm going to blend that Squeeze Lemonade on there, get that all good to go, and I'll remove the mask, and then I'm going to be doing a little bit of Copic coloring here today. Just going to blend a little bit more of that peacock feathers on the top. And like I said, I'm going to remove the mask and do a little bit of Copic coloring. I'm going to put a little bit of music on for you during some of the Copic coloring here. I don't do all of the coloring on camera, but some of it I do. So I'll see you back in a minute. So now I've got my two little images all colored here, and I'm going to take a piece of acetate and some double-sided adhesive here. I'm going to put the double-sided adhesive on top of the acetate, and then I'm going to remove the release paper off of that, and I'm going to use that double-sided adhesive to adhere my card front over top of the acetate. And I'm just making sure that I've got this acetate so that it's going to be covered up by my pattern paper here. And then I'm going to flip that over and start to make the shaker element. I'm only going to use just a little bit of double-sided adhesive. This is a really simple process. So I'm going to take 4 pieces of double-sided foam adhesive, and that's going to just make this little box, so to speak, for my shaker element. And then I'm just going to take and put a little bit of iridescent confetti inside of my shaker area there. And that will be it for this part of my card. So I'm just going to make sure that I have this foam adhesive on here, positioned on here, so that it's going to make sure that all of the little areas are closed in so that none of the little shaker bits can escape the little protected area there. I'm going to take my anti-static powder tool and just kind of go over top of the acetate so that it doesn't stick to that. The shaker bits don't stick to the acetate. I'm just showing you here what I'm using for my shaker bits. There's just some, like I said, some iridescent sequins that I have in my stash. I end up putting way too many in here to begin with, so I'm just going to take some of those out. And then I'll remove that release paper off the back of that foam adhesive, and I'm going to place that my little square critter area over top of it. I've got a little bit of adhesive on the back of my little critter paper, and I'm just going to put a piece of cardstock over top of that. That will adhere to the foam adhesive, and it will create my little shaker element. I'm going to stamp a little sentiment on the front of my card here from the Picture Perfect stamp set, just using some Versafine Onyx black ink. And now I'm just going to take my Tombow Mono glue, and I'm going to glue that whole card front down to a card base, which is just some really pretty turquoise paper. And I'm going to actually now die cut out the Birthday Wishes die from My Favorite Things out of some heavy white cardstock. I've cut that out twice. I'm going to glue those together just to make a really nice thick sentiment on the inside of the card. And that's going to be it for my card today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed creating it. It was a lot of fun. I hope to see you back on my channel here another time, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.